What's happening, Who Dat Nation? Hope y'all are having a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Hope you guys have a wonderful college football Saturday. And in today's show, we're going to talk about some rumors, and then we're going to get into a mailbag where we're answering questions and reacting to hot takes from our subscribers. So if you want to be a part of a future mailbag and get your face, get your thoughts, get your opinions out to thousands of Saints fans, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and join us every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Come hang out live. We have a lot of fun. Having a little bit of a happy hour right now, so you're just missing out if you ain't subscribed. Now let's talk about this trade target, Haason Reddick. Now, Jeremy Fowler put out an interesting report that multiple executives across the league believe that the Jets are actually likely to trade Haason Reddick. And right now, the deal is, and the situation is, if he's either going to keep holding out and the Jets will just keep finding him and then trade him at the deadline, or they'll trade him now and things will just kind of get weird. So it looks like it's more leaning towards the latter, that he will get traded sooner rather than later. He does have 1 year left on his current contract. He's seeking a lot of money right now. And he did not report to week 1 versus the 49ers. He's getting like $800,000 fines. And funny enough, funny story real quick. I was talking to producer Jake Chipper. He sits across from me here at the Chat Sports Studios. And I was like, hey, Chip, you know, it's a really, really good way to make a lot of money is getting fined $800,000 a week. That's a really good way to do that. Sarcastically, jokingly, yeah. But, again, the guy's clearly in a holdout right now. In my personal opinion, I don't know if I'm that interested in it. Haason Reddick is a very productive player. He's a very good player for the record. Over the last 3 seasons, he has been really, really good at getting after the passer. 16 sacks in 2022, 11 sacks in 2021, and 12.5 sacks in 2020. Haason Reddick's a very good player. He's asking for a lot of money, but to be quite honest, he deserves a lot of money, if you ask me. But do the Saints need him? That's my question here. I am not necessarily sold that they do. Because at some point, you have to take snaps away from somebody, and you just signed Chase Young to a 1 year deal earlier in free agency this offseason. Carl Granderson was your sack leader last year. You're not going to take snaps away from him, or at least not going to take a lot of snaps away from him. Cam Jordan, really? You're going to not give him run? That sounds like a really good idea. But my biggest thing is you also have good depth. Isaiah Foskey was active in week 1. Peyton Turner was getting after it. And then you have solid defensive tackles, which obviously Haason Reddick's not a defensive tackle. But that's my whole point. I don't know if you need Haason Reddick. I think you're good. You have 3 starting defensive ends on your roster. Why do you need 4? He's going to cost you a lot of money. I'm not really interested in paying him all that much money. I kind of like what the Saints are doing, where they're being a little bit more conservative with their cash, trying to set themselves up in the near future to have money to spend. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not really interested in it. He's a damn good player, no doubt about it. I'm good, though. I think I'll pass on trading for Haason Reddick. But I want to give you the opportunity to share your opinion. Let me know. Would you do it? Type trade or pass in the comments. I'm going to say no. I don't blame you for saying yes. He's a really, really good player. I'm just not in the camp of paying him a ton of money, especially considering the Saints are typically not doing too great financially. Now, coming up next, we got mailbag questions coming from our subscribers. We're going to answer questions and hot takes in our live chat from our mailbag. We're going to have a lot of fun, interactive content. But I got to say thank you so much to Game Time for sponsoring today's video. If you love going to live events just like me, you have to check out the Game Time app. They take the guesswork out of buying tickets to college football, NFL, concerts, and other live events. Game Time has this brand new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. And I got some good news for you, Saints fans. You can save $20 on your first purchase if you use code CHATSPORTS. And you can use those savings to get yourself some concessions, maybe get yourself some merchandise. You could go see LSU, Tulane, the New Orleans Saints, or hell, any other sporting or live event in your area. It doesn't matter if it's New Orleans, Dallas, Houston, Austin, California, Colorado, Connecticut. I don't care. You can go anywhere. Now download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but once again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app. What time is it? Game time. All right, Dylan, we're going to start off with $10 super chat from you, my man. The Saints are the best underdogs ever, and the Saints will expose the Cowboys big time. I would love to believe that, man. I really am excited for this Saints versus Cowboys game. I think that they have the ability to take down Dallas. It's going to take really good play from both sides of the football. You're going to have the offense show up. You're going to have good production from the offensive line. But I think that they can do it. I'm really excited to see this game. I really am. It's going to be a good litmus test for the squad. Dylan, did someone finally figure out Taysom Hill should be a focal? Oh, my God. Yeah. Dude, Dylan, yeah. Yes. Would you believe it? Isn't it crazy? I know. Insane concept. Give Taysom Hill football. Taysom Hill run football. Saints win football game. Easy. Like, there. Plain and simple. Dylan, answer your question. Yes. And to agree with you, thank God. Saints for life. Which Saints player are you watching out for versus the Cowboys? Ooh, this is a good question. All right, I'll give you an offensive and a defensive player. Defensively, I'm looking out for Lante Taylor. 3 sacks in week 1. A stellar performance from the kid. I want to see him continue to go crazy. Offensively, Chris Olave. He did not he was not very active in week 1, but that doesn't mean he wasn't making a massive impact. Only 2 catches for 11 yards, 2 targets, so he's perfect on the day. And he also was really good in blocking. But those are my 2 guys. Alante Taylor and Chris Olave. Your first and second round picks. Those are pretty really great players. Who dat says, has the Saints offense or defense impressed you more? Oh, that's a tough one. So, 2 trains of thought here. 1, all 3 safeties forced a turnover in week 1. One of your cornerbacks is tied for the leading the NFL in sacks. And your defensive line was creating pressure out of the ass, and linebackers looked really good, and cornerbacks were shut down. So the defense was, like, spectacular. When you only give up 10 points to an NFL team, that's awesome. Now, in terms of offensively, like, this is an entirely different unit. This is an entirely different offense, excuse me. This is an entirely different offense. Nothing about this offense is the same as it was last year except for the roster. And the fact that they were as good as they were in week 1, I think is part of the reason why I truly do believe the Saints can beat the Cowboys. Because had they come out a little bit slow, a little sluggish early, I'd be like, this might be a long game. We might get our ass kicked here. But they came out firing on, not on offense exclusively. They were firing on all cylinders, from special teams with Juwan Johnson blocking punts and Blake Grupe hitting 57-yard field goals, Matt Hayball not having to punt a ball until 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And then you have the offense absolutely shredding. 47 freaking points. That doesn't happen on accident. I'm just going to say that the New Orleans Saints have impressed me. Out of the ass, they've impressed me. But if I had to pick one, I'll go offense. Queen Courtney, if we beat the Cowgirls by a couple scores, can we win the NFC? Man, I want to say yes. I want to say yes. But even if we do beat the Cowboys, I'm still going to say hold your breath a tiny bit. I'm not going to play Debbie Downer, but I will just say, let's not say we're Super Bowl champs yet. Because San Francisco is a damn good squad. Philadelphia, good squad. Detroit, good squad. Rams, good squad. Packers, good squad. That's my point. There's good teams in the NFC. They're not all in the AFC. But if they beat the Cowboys, the confidence is through the roof. You're among the top of the NFC in terms of rankings. You hold tiebreakers over them, and can they? Absolutely. If you win against the Cowboys, that is a massive confidence builder. Carr is king. What's your score prediction for Saints versus Cowboys? What did I go with? I went with 27-21, Saints win. I'm going to go Saints win 27-21. I think that's going to be the final score there. If you have a score prediction, get it in the comment section. Let me know. I'll give a shout out to you if you guys get it in there in the comments. Dylan, Raiders/Derek Carr fan here. Glad the Saints got to see just how good Derek Carr can be. So, Dylan, I think this is a really good point to make. I've actually talked a lot with Mitchell Renz, our Raiders host here at Chat Sports. He's one of my close friends and love the guy to death. Went to Mexico with him for his bachelor party. He's a great dude. And we've talked a lot about Derek Carr because his explanation is that Derek Carr is one of those players who 1 week will play unbelievably good. Like lights out. He will just be spectacular. But then some weeks he'll look like he should maybe be a UFL backup. And you just think, what in the hell is going on here? And I think that that's that's the tail of the tape with Derek Carr is sometimes he's really, really good. Sometimes he's really, really not. And just got to get over the hump and get a playoff win. That's what I want to see. I want to see them get to the postseason because I think that he could be good in the playoffs. He just hasn't had many opportunities. No offense to Raiders fans, but Raiders kind of stink. Nola's best. Last question. Could Derek Carr be a Pro Bowl quarterback this season for the Saints? Pro Bowl, absolutely. I will say this. The Pro Bowl's not nearly as big of a deal as it used to be. It's a popularity contest more than anything. I mean, for love of God, Tyler Huntley a couple years ago was a Pro Bowler. But if he plays really well, then yeah. He was a Pro Bowler the offseason, the season before he came to the Saints. Why can't he do it again? I think it'd be awesome. TDSLY is saying it's a false narrative around Derek Carr. I mean, hey, man, you can look at the advanced stats. You can nitpick on ridiculously specific numbers if you want to. But the reality is Derek Carr is a league average quarterback, and he's a little bit above a league average quarterback. And that's not bad. He's paid to be a league average quarterback. He had an MVP caliber season. He got hurt. He hasn't been able to return to form. That's the reality of it. I'm not trying to rain on the parade of Derek Carr, but I think he can be good. I'm rooting for him. I don't want it to get misconstrued. I am rooting for Derek Carr to succeed this year. I want him to be good because at the end of the day, I'm not a Derek Carr fan. I'm a Saints fan. That's why I'm wearing this hat right now. It doesn't say Derek Carr. It says Saints. It doesn't say Spencer Rattler. It doesn't say Jake Hayner. It says Saints because I'm a Saints fan. And I rooted for this team when Andy Dalton was playing. I rooted for this team when Ian Book was playing. I rooted for this team when Drew Brees was around. I'm rooted for this team when Trevor Siemian was around. I don't care who's throwing the ball. I want this team right here to win. Now, friendly reminder, Saints fans, if you love the coverage that you have been getting today, just hit that sub button. We're getting close to 31,000 subscribers on the channel. So join our squad, join our family, and lock us in for daily videos and multiple live shows a week. Saints fans, y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.